Greed, global truth. Hey, what's good, everybody? So the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office has reacted to the video of Diddy brutally assaulting Cassie from back in 2016. And to no surprise, again, Diddy will be abstaining from any charges. He won't be facing any jail time whatsoever. This is something that I initially predicted on my first video covering this particular news story. And I want to get into the reasons why. First, we're going to go into what the district attorney's office had to say, and then we're going to dig a little bit further beneath the surface. And we're going to gain a greater understanding of why Diddy is not getting charged. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, the rabbit hole goes deep. We're going to be talking about the mega rich. We're going to talk about their hotel parties that they have. We're going to talk about the tunnels. We're going to talk about the trafficking. We're going to discuss what goes on in these luxury hotels, particularly within LA, and why he gets away with a clean slate and continues to more than likely do the same thing. And he's not the only one who's guilty of such atrocities. And you got to understand what's going on in Hollywood is you're dealing with a wicked cabal. You're dealing with people who are sinister, sick, and today is exposure season. Today is an exposure day. All right, so we're going to get into it. Y'all know what to do. Pound the like button on your way in. Show your support for the broadcast. We're about to go in on this one. Let's get to it. Can't you see what these rappers doing to you? They making money, but they out here ruining us. Man. Hey, listen, that song right there destroys the entire music industry. Do you understand what type of track that is right there? I'm telling you, man. It's that time, y'all. All right, everybody, get the likes up on the way in. Let's go over this news here and let's get to it. Los Angeles District Attorney reacts. Sean Diddy Combs has been dominating the headlines for the past 24 hours after a video surfaced of him abusing Cassie. The bombshell clip shows the hip-hop mogul shoving, kicking, and dragging the singer in a hotel hallway in March 2016. Now, here's the official statement of the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office. It says, "We are aware of the video that has been circulating online, allegedly depicting Sean Combs assaulting a young woman in Los Angeles. We find the images extremely disturbing and difficult to watch." The May 17th statement read. And it says, "At this time, the answer to the question, will Diddy Combs face any charges, appears to be no. According to the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office, they have no current plans to charge Diddy for assaulting Cassie." It says the violent incident occurred in the now closed Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles. Very interesting that this hotel is now closed. But even though the abuse happened in LA County, the statement revealed that it happened too long ago to legally prosecute. So, our system clearly is flawed, because you sitting here telling me that they can go charge Bill Cosby for some things he done in the 60s with no statute of limitation. But you can't charge P-diddy, who just literally a few years back almost killed the woman, brutally beat this woman. Something is extremely flawed with the system. And I'm going to talk about what it is. Excuse me. It says if the conduct depicted occurred in 2016, unfortunately, we would be unable to charge, as the conduct would have occurred beyond the timeline where a crime of assault can be prosecuted. As of the day, law enforcement has not presented a case related to the attack depicted in the video against Mr. Combs. But we encourage anyone who has been a victim of or witness to a crime to report to law enforcement or reach out to our offices for support from the Bureau of Victim Services. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The system is completely broke. Diddy seems to be walking around with diplomatic immunity. He seems to be above the law. But it's not just Diddy. It's the whole entire Hollywood industry. And the hotels are in on it. They're in on it. Now, I want to share something very interesting with y'all with no further ado. And it's a very interesting segment from Vice. And it's breaking down the secret hotel parties of the mega rich. And this is really important to understand what's happening and why. The real reason Diddy ain't being charged and what really happens in Hollywood, right? And somebody said he paid them off. That's absolutely true. But you got to understand that some of these areas and some of these hotels, there's certain things that are sanctioned and allowed to happen. Far worse than what you've seen with Diddy. We're talking about underage girls getting, brought through there. We're talking about underground tunnels. We're talking about secret compartments within the hotels. We're talking about, there's some real shady things taking place in these hotels, especially a lot of the luxury ones, right? And I need to put this type of material out so some of y'all can be careful out there, especially you ladies who travel alone and you ladies who are going on girl trips. It really reminds you of Kanika Jenkins. And it was a lot of mystery shrouded in her death. And y'all know the story of Kanika Jenkins. She found in the freezer of a hotel, of a famous hotel. So yeah, it is definitely real nasty work going on in some of these hotels. You got to understand that these places are hubs for trafficking. But we'll get into this.
Hotel industry is a wild experience that helps you understand how disconnected the wildly wealthy are. I've seen the darker side of humanity: suicides, murders, spousal abuse, human trafficking. That shit stays with you for a long time.
You hear this? And this is here an informer. The secret hotel sex party of the mega rich. He said he's seen a lot of domestic abuse. He saw a lot of trafficking. He's seen a lot of things happening that has affected his life permanently from where he's witnessed in the hotel industry, dealing with the mega rich. Let's go back. Listen, y'all. This is deep stuff here.
I've seen the darker side of humanity: suicides, murders, spousal abuse, human trafficking. That shit stays with you for a long time. One weekend, a large group of around 60-ish people, they wanted to purchase out the entire hotel so they could just turn it into a giant orgy. The cost about property was upwards of $250,000.
Wow. So you have 60 people, 60 celebrities, 60 entertainers that just wanted to have a huge orgy up in the hotels. This is what's going on. And bet your bottom dollar, the LAPD, whether it be LAPD, NYPD, from East Coast to the West Coast, y'all got to understand that the police, they're already aware of everything that's happening. They already are told, hey, listen, it's going down at this hotel. Any screams, any things are going to get crazy at these parties. These mega rich people, they all on cocaine. They on various drugs. people dying in hot tubs. Listen, y'all gotta understand how crazy this stuff is. And imagine a whole neighborhood, the whole police force, local law enforcement know what's going on, but they have to literally just fall back because Satan and the demonic industry has a control, a deeper reach and deeper pockets than local law enforcement. Because and listen, and I'm gonna tell you how this relates to the Diddy situation too. Because how is it that this footage is just being released since 2016, y'all? Why? Why? Who sanctioned for that footage to even come out? Who gives the word on things like that? You got to really use your mind in these type of situations.
For 2 nights at a time. That says you've got money to spend. They left a nightmare room. Blood, feces, semen stains. One of my
They left a nightmare room, bodily fluids everywhere. It was a damn massacre in there.
boys came up and was like, I've got a black light. I'm curious. He turned it on, and I remember we looked down and saw all the stains. We looked to the sides and saw them on the wall. At one point in the bathroom, we looked up and saw them all on the ceiling, and we were just like, how do you do this? This is not human. Were you on the ceiling?
And believe it or not, these people ain't, some of them people in there ain't humans, y'all. They ain't humans. That's the thing. We talking about entities, meat suits. We talking about these industry folks is riddled with demons and foul spirits. You talking about possession happening in these orgies. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they bend over backwards like the lady from The Exorcist and crawl backwards up on the ceiling, bro. Like real talk. And I know it sounds far-fetched, it sounds crazy. It's like, yo, there's gotta be sensationalism. Nah, man, some of them people are half hybrids, man. You got hybrid alien species up in these damn hotels, man. Straight up.
I worked as an operations manager for around 10 plus years. I've worked in hotels where the average daily rate is anywhere from like $99 and then all the way up to boutique properties where the average cost is around $1,400 per night. In general, the higher up the price value, the more common it is to be treated like you're less than human. The people who
Wow. You hear what he said? Let's rewind that. Listen carefully.
value, the more $99 and then all the way up to boutique properties where the average cost is around $1,400 per night. In general, the higher up the price value, the more common it is to be treated like you're less than human.
So the more expensive the hotel room, you're more likely to be treated horribly if you're working for the hotels. We're talking about these mega rich people are going to these hotels and just treating the employees like pure trash, insulting them. They probably physically hitting them, all kind of things. And you know what the employees are probably told by corporate? Just keep quiet. This is what you paid to do. Take the abuse of these demonic celebrities. You know what I'm saying? And if something goes wrong and somebody end up losing their life, they send a men in black. That's what happened. They send a men in black to go clean the crime scenes up. People, the movies show y'all all the time how they can get rid of bodies and they take the bodies down the laundry chute. This is what they doing, taking the bodies down the laundry chute and you know what I'm saying? They just covering everything up.
The people who are coming to visit you, famous pop stars and Russian oligarchs, they have a private plane that they get in a private vehicle with all tinted blackout windows. Sometimes they have security squads. They'll snap their fingers at them. Very large sense of entitlement where if they
We talking about pop stars, Russian oligarchs, politicians, you know, high-ranking members of society.
Approach the desk, they are the only thing that exists to you in that moment. And that's what they came to expect from that level of entering a luxury hotel.
So they have to treat these people like gods. They expected to be treated like gods, y'all. That goes for allegedly, and I'm gonna say allegedly with all this, that goes for your Jay-Z's, your Beyonce's, all of your celebrities y'all seeing on TV. All the ones y'all learn to love and like. They're treating these people like pure trash, and they want to be praised and worshiped at these hotels. While they going in to do God knows what to bring. And listen, they bringing animals in. You name it, that's what's going on, man.
Most people who visit boutique hotels are not coming for business. They're there for pleasure. There was a group of fabulously wealthy individuals. You can definitely get
It ain't business, nothing but pleasure.
Sense of how much wealth they actually have when they're talking about things like buying a fleet of Boeings in the lobby casually. They would buy out this entire property. They were spending as much as a luxury wedding. And it was basically a giant swingers orgy. You'd have people having sex in the pool, people laying on our wine bars naked, a couple having sex on a balcony in plain view. So you're looking up at it, quite an angle. And every single room would have a different theme and a safe word posted outside of the door.
This is crazy, y'all. This is what's going on in the demonic music industry. He said they would sit and talk about ordering a flight of Boeings, and I don't know what that even means. That got to be code word for some jits, and y'all know what jits are, but that got to be code word for jits, man. If you're from Florida, you know what I'm talking about, youngins. And they just sitting casually talking about ordering. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure all kind of exotic dancers and man, bro, all kind of everything, man.
One that stands out to me was there's a mermaid themed room. It was actually kind of impressive, the details they went, so it was very like under the sea vibe. There was the Wild West room. There was the straight up BDSM room. One couple we had to talk to while they were naked. They would purposely wait to start having sex until housekeeping wanted to clean the room. They wanted somebody to watch. The day after
These Hollywood peoples is some freaks, man.
they had all departed, I got a call from housekeeping saying that one of the showers is busted, and I go take a look at it, and they had hacksawed off the actual shower piece, the shower head, and attached a 4-foot long anal probe hose to it with multiple settings on the other end. And that was as disgusting as you can imagine. After all of the drama and mental scarring that we put up with for this orgy buyout group, probably between about 30 staff, I want to say we made $20 in tips.
Now we got these mega rich people who tearing up the damn hotel. Is bodily fluids all over the damn place. These freaked out ass people then took the damn shower head off and replaced the shower head. They sawed the shower head off and replaced it with a functioning anal, a damn anal machine, bro. And these are mega rich people, millionaires and billionaires, and they giving these people $20, man. They giving them $20 tips to go clean up after them. Bro, the hotel industry is corrupt. So we wonder why Diddy never got caught. We wonder why he was able to beat this woman like that on camera. Brutally stomp her, kicking her, punching her, choking, dragging. And we wonder why the video got suppressed. Because that hotel he was at was one of those sanctioned areas. That's one of them sanctioned areas where you can get away with the unthinkable. The courts are paid off. The police are paid off. The hotel management, everybody, man, know what's going on. And when this Diddy story first broke, that's all I can think about was how though. How did this video go under wraps for so many years, and who decided to release it? So how the hell the video didn't come out when the hotel got shut down? How is that even possible? The hotel got shut down. You mean to tell me that video had who had it? Who gave it to the news media? These are the things I'm thinking about. It's crazy, man.
I found myself on more than one occasion getting stuck in awkward situations between husbands, their lovers, and then the actual wife. The worst
Husbands, the lovers, the actual wife. Now peep this, y'all.
case scenario was husband and wife shared credit cards naturally, and she started seeing the hotel show up on the books, and she stormed in and like slammed bank statements down. It's like, I know my husband's here. You guys are lying to me. We have to just say, you know what? I'm so sorry. We don't have anyone here by this name.
Now think about this, y'all. Think about how this is similar to the Diddy situation. Now, Diddy, after he beat Cassie mercilessly, pardon me, she tried to come back to the hotel. Remember, y'all? And the hotel staff was like, ma'am, you need to go home. So they're literally trained to cover up everything. That's the same thing they did with Cassie. They said, look, they knew what happened to her. They had the video footage. They know what Diddy just did. And she's coming back and they like, look, ma'am, you just need to go home. Do you know how evil this is? Somebody said it. This is diabolical, man. Real sick stuff.
And meanwhile, we can literally hear them having sex upstairs. Apparently, she didn't notice the sounds were familiar to her, which might be a sad statement on their marriage, actually. The problem with working with the fabulously wealthy is that they often assume that the staff is there at their beck and call regardless of what the request is. It was really common for the high rollers to approach attractive staff members and essentially just ask them, hey, if I pay you X amount of dollars, will you meet me in my room later tonight and knock my brains out?
So here you go. You know, they're actually trying to pay for the staff to do whatever for do something strange for some change, pretty much. And don't think that your favorite celebrities don't know where these places are. They all attend these places. This is literally their lifestyle. I'm telling you, man, the scriptures jump off the page when it tells you that we be in the days of Noah, when everybody just having a damn free for all and a freak fest.
That's a quote from someone, sadly. We had a very busty, gorgeous front desk woman at one hotel, and someone came down and offered her quite a bit of money in front of management. And at the moment, she naturally declined. I have security cameras in all the halls, and seeing that person sneak out around 2 a.m. was definitely a little suspicious. The most shocking example was an incident where the wedding was around 2 p.m.-ish.
So she took that bag. She took the bag.
Day.
And they asked in front of management. So these mega rich people don't care. They don't have no respect, no cut cards, none of that. They see her management right there. And these people are so damn horny out there. They like, look, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you X amount of dollars, come to the room. And said she disappeared 2 a.m. Telling you, man. This is the Hollywood Sodom and Gomorrah boule lifestyle. This is what they do. This is why Diddy ain't being charged, because he's not the only one who are getting into domestic disturbances and fighting and men beating the brakes off of women. All of that stuff is happening in these places. He already told you they got BDSM rooms. And I think that's like when people be hanging from ceilings and tortured, and it'd be anchors and pins and needles and whips and chains, bro. Spikes. This stuff is wild, fam.
Come nightfall, one of our event staff slept with the wife and ended up getting caught. It turned into quite a big deal with screaming and shouting and all this stuff. He hid in a bathroom in a supply closet until the heat died down, and then he just walked into the front office and clocked out like nothing ever happened. His mom happened to be in charge of events, so she made sure he didn't get terminated.
See, that's how it go. It'd be a family affair.
The demographics of the staffs who work at hotels are usually pretty evenly split. If you're an attractive white person who speaks English quite well, you're probably going to be reservations, front desk, something visual. If you're not of that ethnicity, just because they have an accent and that might not present well to your guests, your most likely bet is that you're going to get placed in housekeeping. If you're working at a decent property, you could probably get $10 to $15 an hour as a front desk host. If you're housekeeping, you're maybe getting 9 to 10. It was wildly unfair. We were actually advised to handle our housekeeping team.
Yo, these people wasn't even getting paid, and they risking getting diseases and everything with all these bodily fluids. We talking about they ain't getting nothing, fam. No wonder a brother from the inside had the whistle blow. We talking about this is some wild stuff here, man. Yeah, somebody said 50 Shades of Grey, BDSM mainstream, BDSM in the mainstream. Right, it's in the mainstream. It's right there in our faces, man. And it's like that video of Diddy coming out to the forefront, that was basically like telling us that we need to research what's happening with these hotels, because that doesn't make sense for that video to be hidden so long, man. It just don't sit well. Y'all got to be careful and go into some of these places, because some of these hotels have been exposed for having secret compartments, man. Secret doors and tunnels and places that lead to underground trafficking, tunnels and things of that nature. Telling
teams under the concept of divide and conquer, telling them, oh, well, so-and-so's team's much better than yours. You should really try to keep up with the Mexican team. It creates that toxic environment. This prevented the entire housekeeping team from uniting together and presenting concerns. And I saw that kind of model in multiple hotels.
So they divide the employees so they don't stick together to stand up for themselves, and the abuse that they taken from these mega rich, maniacal, demonic people that's coming in, in and out of these hotels.
In retrospect, I can safely say that the hours they made me work, the wild situations you'd run into, it's a miracle that I never got in a really bad car accident commuting. It slowly burns you out in a way that you can't explain until you are out of it. You just kind of know something's wrong and you're not happy. The biggest thing that the public doesn't understand about the hotel industry is that there are wild things happening behind closed doors every single day. Fabulously wealthy individuals are wild. Everything happens behind closed doors at hotels.
Wow. Yo, man, that's some wild stuff, y'all. That's some wild stuff. Somebody said they skeptical about it all. Yeah, you got to be careful. Some of these Airbnbs, there's a movie. I can't remember the name of that movie, but it was a movie where, and if y'all know the name of it, put it in the chat. There's a movie where this lady goes to an Airbnb and, there's like a room that's locked and you can't get in the room. Some of these Airbnbs, you can't enter every room. Some of the doors are locked. And it was somebody there in the room. But it's Barbarian. That's what it was. Barbarian. Yep. And see, that's crazy because when you fall asleep, you got somebody running around your Airbnb. You think you by yourself until you fall asleep. And now you got chloroform. Soon as you doze off, close your eyes, it's chloroform over your nose, and they dragging you to the basement. For real. The movie's not lying. This is how trafficking is done nowadays. Yeah, you got movies like Hostel, like they telling you how it is. Yeah, that movie was called Barbarian. It's crazy, man. Somebody said it can even be your own apartment. I mean, listen, somebody said check your rooms. Man, it's one of them situations y'all just got to maneuver safe out here. Understand that the American culture is shrouded in filth and debauchery, man. And it's all happening in the underbelly. We look at these big, beautiful luxury hotels and stuff, and it just looks so nice when we walk in, but that's just the exterior. It's a lot of filth, a lot of sin, a lot of evil going on in some of these places. So, you got to just be careful how you moving. Somebody said Diddy going to be the topic for a while. Usually when stuff like this happen, it dies out, not this. I mean, I like to take the opportunity to take this Diddy situation and just draw awareness to what's really happening. Everybody's focusing on Diddy. Diddy is about to walk. We just covered that. Diddy's going to skate. Diddy's not going to jail. But to avoid anybody else, getting in any situations where they get abused, hurt, harmed, and these hotels show negligence like that Intercontinental in Los Angeles did, videos like this just keep people aware and on their toes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, somebody said, have you saw Vacant? Yeah, I saw that movie as well. Yeah, it's wild, man. I thought I would put this video out here. I think I'm going to actually change the title here because, we really went in on with the hotels and whatever the case is. And I don't plan on streaming live very long. And I just wanted to touch bases with y'all with this situation. I got more material coming. It's always an honor and a blessing building with y'all. I want y'all to stay safe. Y'all enjoy y'all's evening. I got more material coming. With that being said, shalom and peace.